Hey y'all! First off, I want to thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to do that. It means a lot to me, especially since it's my first video. Second of all, on that note, I know that I had posted an Instagram video or an Instagram picture saying I had just finished filming my first video and I was not wearing this. I'm wearing a red t-shirt and everything. When I went to go and start editing that footage, it was messed up because of the lighting from when I tried to film, because as you can see, there's a window behind me. So apparently I will just be filming at night, which is fine. I'm a night person anyway, so that works out. But the video I'm filming today is a Boxycharm unboxing. I'm actually doing two because I have the Premium and the Luxe boxes. And obviously now I know what's in them. I didn't before, but I'm still going to unbox them like you guys don't know, because you know you don't. And then we will put everything in here on my face. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with this one because it's closer to me. They do come with a card. And this one is the Boxycharm Luxe. So Boxycharm Luxe comes once every 4 months. When you get Boxycharm Luxe, you don't get a regular Boxycharm. The regular Boxycharm is $25 a month. The Luxe is an extra $25. So this box is $50. So the first thing in this box is from Kylie Skin. It is their foaming face wash. Now, before I got this, actually in my first video, I go, oh, I didn't even know Kylie Cosmetics had a skincare line, so this will be interesting. I am working on some other cleansers right now, but once I finish those up, I can try this one and let you guys know how it works. The second thing in this box is a charcoal brush set. It's a 5-piece brush set, and they are vegan and charcoal infused bristles, and supposedly the charcoal has an antimicrobial effect, which is kind of interesting. And you do get 5 brushes in here. You get 2 face brushes and 3 eye brushes. You can actually see on the side right there. So I will use these when I'm doing the look later. The next thing in this box is a recovery treatment oil. So this is also a skincare product. I do have an open oil right now, but I can always try this one out later and let you guys know what I think of it. So then the next thing in this box is a set of 2 lip liners from Bodyography. And let me open them up. I don't remember what the shades are called. I already opened it and I don't even know. Okay, so there is a light shade and a dark shade. The dark shade is called Rosewood and the light shade is called Pouty. So I'll do a little swatch real quick of each of them so I can show you. So like I said, this one right here is Pouty, the lighter one, and then the darker one is Rosewood. The next thing in here is from Tula Skincare, Glow and Get It Cooling and Brightening Eye Balm. So that'll be interesting. I do have an eye cream and eye balm open right now, but that's something that I can definitely try out once I finish that. So the next thing in here is a Goddess Duo of Self-Care Pure Essential Oil Blends. Unfortunately, if you didn't know, I'm allergic to lavender, and one of these has lavender in it. So since I can't use half of what's in here, I decided I'm going to put it in a giveaway for you guys. So stay to the end of the video if you want to hear more about that. So then the next item in here is from Purlisse. It is the Perfect Glow BB Cream. It has an SPF of 30, which is pretty nice for a BB cream. The main thing with that is that I am going to be using this as my foundation product, but since it's a BB cream, it does have a lot lighter coverage, more like a tinted moisturizer. But this is in the shade Fair, so it does actually match me pretty well, which is kind of nice. Boxycharm, you do a quiz for like skin tone, hair color preferences, things like that, and it does actually match me pretty well. And then the last thing that was in the Boxycharm Luxe is actually the Tartist Pro palette. And I actually already have this palette sitting right here on my vanity, so this is also going to go into a giveaway for one of you guys. This, along with the essential oils. And like I said, I'll mention more about that at the end. So that is everything that came in the Boxy Luxe. I'm going to do some quick math because they do give you the prices for everything. Everything in here is full-sized, so that's really nice. Like I said, I paid $50 for this box, and we'll find out what the value is. I'm gonna use my Texas Instruments calculator graphs because I needed that for classes in college, and so I still have it, and I'm gonna use it because it's expensive. So the Kylie Cosmetics, or Kylie Skin, I guess this brand is called Kylie Skin. The foaming face wash was $24. The Purely's Beauty, the Perfect Glow BB cream is $35. Now I feel like that's a lot for the amount of coverage you get. You get 1.4 ounces. A lot of foundations are only 1 ounce, so there is that. But if I'm going to be paying the price of a high-end foundation, I'd rather get coverage in it. I mean, you do get the SPF, so that's nice, but I don't know. It depends on what kind of coverage you like. If you're like me and you like more full coverage, or at least more than just a tinted moisturizer, then save your money. If you like that look and you like the finish that it gives me, by all means, go for it. It's really nice. It blends well, but I mean, it's kind of a lot of money for just a moisturizer. So then the Tula Skincare, the Brightening Eye Balm, is $28. The Tarte Tarteist, the palette, it is $49. Now, one of the things that I really do like about this palette real quick is that you get 20 colors, but 16 of them are matte and 4 of them are shimmers. And I'm somebody who likes to have more mattes. You can build up more. You can only put so much shimmer on your face at once. So then the Eco Modern, the Goddess Duo, the essential oils, those are $40. Now, I'm not somebody who uses essential oils, so I don't know if that's a fair price or not. You guys let me know down in the comments, because that seems like a lot to me. And then the 5-piece brush set is $55, which for a brush set is pretty reasonable. $11 a brush. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot, but it's not as bad as some others. That's all I'm gonna say on that for a second. The treatment oil is $82, which again, that is a lot, but nice skincare, nice oils, I'm used to them costing a lot, like seeing them on the cards costing a lot. So I get that 100%. And then the Bodyography lip pencils, the lip liners, are $28, which isn't great, but it's not the worst either. So you are getting a value of $341. This is actually, I think this is a really nice box. Most of the things in here I can probably use, maybe not right away, but at some point. So yeah, I think this was a good box. Now let's move on to the Boxycharm Premium. So Boxycharm Premium is a monthly box. You get this one every month if you sign up for it, and it costs $35. So here's the little card, and we'll look at that for prices afterwards. So the first thing in here is from Skin & Co. It is a shower gel. So again, I'm currently using a shower gel, but once I finish that one up, I can definitely try this one and let you guys know how it works and what I think about it. The next thing in here, this is a nice brand. I've gotten a few things from Boxycharm, from Glow Recipe in Boxycharm recently. So this is an avocado melt retinol sleeping mask. It's supposed to moisturize and firm your skin. This is definitely something I'll be trying out. Obviously, I'm not going to try it out on camera because I'm not going to sleep. That would be a long video, and I don't think you want to watch that for my first video. But I will try it out and let you guys know. The next thing in here is a set of brushes from Baddington. It has a powder brush and a contour foundation brush. So I can open them up really quick and we can look at them. Since they don't have a picture on the box like the other ones did. So this is a nice fluffy brush. This is the powder brush. And this is the, oh, the thing fell off. This is the contour brush. So they look really nice and they feel pretty good. Just two nice brushes overall. The next thing in here is going to be This is a Kat Von D Studded Kiss Cream Lipstick in the shade Muñeca. Not sure how you pronounce that. I think that's pretty close. If I'm wrong, you know, correct me. I would appreciate that. I don't want to just be mispronouncing things willy-nilly. Now, the thing though is, with this coming from Kat Von D, is that it's probably like an older product or something that they didn't want to repackage, because Kat Von D is no longer associated with the brand. So this is what the lipsticks looks like. There's a nice little swatch. It's a really fun color, something I wouldn't expect from a Kat Von D line. But like I said, they did just rebrand as Kinder Vegan Beauty, I believe. It's still KVD, but it's not, it doesn't stand for Kat Von D anymore. And this one as well, this is the Kat Von D Inkwell liner in the shade Trooper Black. So since these are in the Kat Von D packaging, I mean, they're either older or they just didn't want to repackage them and sell them again. This is Shake Well. So this is a pot and brush eyeliner. I know not everybody likes those. The thing I don't like about this brush is it's already kind of curved. I said that in my last video that you guys didn't see. But it is super black and it dries down like really quickly. Like it's already dry, I think. Well, maybe not quite. But once it dries down, it doesn't budge. But like I said, you can already kind of see, depending on the angle, the brush is curved. So it does make it a little bit harder to apply. If you're somebody who's really good at that, then that's cool. I am not great at it. So we'll see how it turns out this time. It didn't turn out well the first time. And the last item in here is the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette. Now, I know this is supposed to smell like chocolate. I can't smell it personally. So if you're somebody who's sensitive to scents and you don't want to be smelling chocolate all over your face when you put it on, I totally get that. Some people like it and some people don't. It's one of those things Too Faced is kind of known for. This is the dark highlight and the dark contour. And then the lightest highlight is right there. Then the next contour is right there. Then the medium highlight and the medium contour. So I like the fact that you get a variety. Ooh, especially because, hello, you guys can all see me now. Especially because there's something there for me and there's something there for darker skin tones too, which is really pretty nice. A lot of times you get palettes that aren't the right skin tone for anything that you're going for. And so it's kind of nice to get something that I'll be able to use. Because I don't have enough stuff for a full face here. Let me grab the things I need for that and then we will come back. Since I forgot to do the card again before I actually start doing the face, the Glow Recipe Avocado Melt Retinol Sleeping Mask was $49, which is kind of pricey, but for skincare, especially a mask that's going to last you a while, it's up to you if that's too much or if you're willing to pay for it. The Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette is $44. The KVD Vegan Beauty, the Studded Kiss Cream Lipstick is $20. The Inkwell Longwear Matte Eyeliner is also $20. The Baddington Beauty, so these two brushes, they are telling me they retail for $90. Now, I understand spending a lot of money on high-end brushes, but 2 brushes for $90, I mean, if they last a really long time, you can use them fine. I would not have bought them for that much. The fact that they came in a box is pretty nice because, like I said, I wouldn't have spent that much money on them. And then the shower gel, the Skin & Co shower gel was $22. Like I said, the cost of this box normally is $35. So the fact that 3 of the 6 items in here are each over $35. If you would have bought any of them, then you're just getting 5 extra free things, which, like I said, again, is pretty nice. This one has a value of $245. Now, like I said, I don't think those brushes are worth necessarily $90, so the value is kind of inflated there, but again, if they work well, then Cool. Now let me grab everything to do a full face. Okay, so since the box did not come with a primer, I am just going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is something I actually finished. I think this is my third one that I'm on. I really like it, especially because if you're doing your makeup later in the day or anything like that, it also acts as a moisturizer. So it's pretty nice for your skin because you're kind of getting a 2-in-1, which I really like. You're gonna have to let me know if you prefer to watch me put on the makeup, if you don't mind if I just come back and the things are all on my face already. You'll just have to let me know what you guys like better, what you want to see. I'm trying really hard to actually like look at the camera and not at my face, because I know it's kind of weird if I'm not giving you eye contact from somebody who watches a lot of beauty YouTube. So now I'm going to take BB cream and I'm just going to dot it around my face, and then I'm going to apply it with this brush that was in the kit. It says it's a contour brush, but since it's a flat kabuki, this is what I normally spread my foundation with. And like I said, this is a BB cream, so it has pretty light coverage. I might have to build it up a little bit more. Guess we'll find out though. So how have you guys been doing with like quarantine and stuff? Have you guys pretty much been staying in your homes, or are you going out and doing stuff still? I've pretty much just been staying in my house for the most part. Not really leaving much because I don't want to get sick. Because as some of you know, I have underlying health issues and don't want any complications. Okay, so like I said, this is pretty light coverage, so I am just gonna add a little bit more in a couple places, blend it out, build it up. Just a little bit. Promise I'm not flipping any of you guys off. I'm just used to using my middle finger when I put stuff on my face, just because, I don't know, it's the finger I use normally. You always want to make sure that you're blending a little bit down, especially if it's not a perfect match. This, since it's such light coverage, it's a pretty good match, but okay. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 02 under my eyes. This is the lightest shade except for the 0, which is pure white that just doesn't have a color. Just a little bit, because we do have that brightening highlighting powder in the contour kit. I don't need to go crazy with the concealer. Just gonna use that same brush. Now I will say this brush is a lot less firm than like a flat kabuki that I would normally use, but it's fine. It came in the kit, so we're gonna use it, test it out. It's a fine brush, especially for foundation, but for concealer I normally use something a little bit more firm. Just gonna drag the excess along the side of my nose and above my lip and on my chin area right here. A little bit on my forehead. But I'm only putting on that little bit that you saw me put on. But Kate, that was a lot of concealer. Well, for me, that was a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set most of my face. I'm not going to set underneath my eye, but I am going to set most of my face with this Photo Balm powder from the Balm. It's in the shade Lighter Than Light, because that is what I am. We're just gonna admit it. This is a powder foundation. Normally I would just use like more of a setting powder, but since this is a BB cream, I do just want a little bit more coverage. So that's why I'm using a powder foundation. And you eat your hair. And I'm just using the powder brush that came in one of those kits. Like I said, I didn't really set underneath my eye. I will go back and do that with the highlighting powder that was in the contour kit. So now that I have some powder over my face, I'm going to start using the contour kit. I'm going to use this $45 brush and start applying the contour. If I can get it open. There we go. And I'm just using the lightest shade. I'm almost using this as a bronzer too, just because since I'm so pale, pretty much if I contour, it is bronzer as well, unless I'm doing a cream contour and then a powder over it. Then I normally use like a cooler contour cream and an actual bronzer. So I'm just going in the hollows of my cheeks, perimeter of my face, and then the jawline, because as you can see, I have multiple chins, and we just want to try and cinch that in, basically. Contouring reframes your face. You want to get a bit more chiseled look. At least that's what I want. I don't know what you want. I like to think we'd all like chiseled looks, but some of us already have those. What would that be like? I wonder. Just already having like the perfect face. And I have always been, whenever I dip my brush in, I've been tapping off the excess, because you can always build it up, but you can't take it off very easily. There are ways to do it, but it's not the most convenient or simple. So for my nose and my lip, I'm gonna take this little eye brush that came in the kit, and I'm just gonna dip it in that contour, tap off the excess, and contour my nose how I normally would. And I'll try and do it in the camera. If you guys want a video specifically on contouring, let me know. I could definitely do that. And I also take it under my lip. And then with my nose, I do just dust over with the powder brush whatever's left on there, because I don't want it to be too harsh. You don't want it to look like lines, you want it to look like shadows, and because I'm so pale, if too much gets on there, it very easily becomes super noticeable that, oh hey, you have a brown stripe on your face, and we never want that. So then I'm going to take the lightest highlight shade and this other fancy $45 brush and just do things like set my under eye. First you want to powder all the creases, make sure there's none, and then just setting underneath my eyes. Then my forehead, chin, underneath the contour, and then the bridge of my nose, just very lightly. Because I don't want to undo the work that I did. I just don't want it to be, you know, red there and brown here. I'd rather have it looking seamless. So now I'm going to do my eyeshadow. I use the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden. I like this a lot better than the clear one because, as you can see, my eyelids are really red, they have veins, and this just neutralizes that. You don't want to use like too much, but it just makes everything the same color. So it's a very even place to start, so you can see the difference there. It's kind of crazy. So let's do the other eye real quick. Boom, bam. And now I'm gonna tap off that first brush I used and grab the Pro palette, the lip color we have. I think it pairs the best with, can you guys see? I think it pairs the best with this shimmer shade in the palette rather than these two. And that is the shade Glam right here. So I'm going to use, first thing I'm going to do is go into the shade Vintage right here, this creamy white shade. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a well-loved palette in my collection. So much so that the words on some of these have been rubbed off because of how much I've used them. But I'm just going to use the shade Vintage and pat it all over my lid up to the brow bone, just so that I can set that primer and make it easier for all the other shadows to blend. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the crease brush and I'm going to go into the shade, let's go into the shade Innocent right here. And just tap off the excess each time, but let's just start blending that into the crease. Little circular motions. Once it's mostly blended, you can then kind of do a sweeping motion. And we do want it a little bit above the crease as well. So, not too high, but just kind of up there. And the next shade I think I'm going to go into is Whimsy, right here. Just a little bit deeper. And again, tap off the excess. Just go into the crease, not any higher than the crease. Just kind of get it looking the way you want it to. And something I like to do is I kind of like to come up and make a V with the shadow. Just to kind of give that illusion of a wing, even if I don't have one yet. So I'm going to go back and do the other eye with Innocent and then into Whimsy. And that V shape doesn't have to be too prominent, just kind of a shadow of one. And then I think I'm going to end with the shade Vamp right here, right next to Glam that we're going to actually end with. But just want to build up some of that crease, or some of that outer edge a little bit, just to get some nice depth in there. Not really going to drag that out too much. Just want it partially onto the lid, just, like I said, to deepen that up. Just taking it a little bit further onto the lid, just so it's easier to blend once I get the shimmer. And this is again still that same crease brush. I know I'm going a little bit on the lid. It's just one I had in my hand and it was working well for blending, so you don't really need a ton of different brushes when you're doing an eye look, because of the fact that you can always go one step lighter or one step darker. So when I did this one and then I went into here, and I went back into the other eye, you can always do that because they're still just blending the colors. So that is a little tip I would use. That looks, from what I can tell looking in the camera, not in the mirror, that looks pretty even. So then I'm going to just take my finger, go into Glam right here, just put it all over my lid. And I didn't do a cut crease or anything, I'm just going in. And these are really pigmented. I'm not really rubbing it too much or digging my finger in or anything like that, but a lot of color payoff. You get a lot of color payoff. That's a swatch after just using the extra bit that was still left on my hand after putting it on my eye. And then you just want to blend them together. That way they look seamless. Then run the brush under your lower lash line just to get a little color there. Pull everything up together. Now the liner I am going to do off camera because then we'll see how well it goes. because I'm not great with this. So, we'll be right back. Okay, so I just did some itty bitty little liner. And I'm not somebody who likes a lot of liner anyway, because I feel like if I'm going to spend the time on doing a makeup look, it takes up a lot of what you see in my eye, and I would rather you look at the eyeshadow. But that's just me. It's probably not something I would use necessarily a lot again, but for this, I will. So the next thing I'm going to do is put on this blush in the shade Quirky from Tarte. I'm going to use this angled blush brush from Wet n Wild, just because it really hugs the cheeks really nicely, and I don't look like quite a ghost. You can already see what a huge difference that made. What do you guys think? Do you guys love blush? Do you like bronzer more? What are your favorite products? You know, I mean, I know a lot of people like different things. My favorite thing, for instance, is highlighter, which today I'm going to be using this Ofra highlighter in a shade Star Island. It's a really beautiful highlighter. Like, do you see that? Are you kidding me? They give you a lot of shine. I love Ofra highlighters. They're some of my favorites. So you guys are going to have to let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Because like I said, I could do something about contouring. I know there are a lot of challenges floating around for a while, like frozen makeup, do your makeup for $20 or less, you know, like there's all kinds of things that I could do if you guys want to see it. One of my favorite little tricks is to use the highlighter that I'm using as my inner corner highlight my eye, because it kind of just brings your face and your eyes together. And I really love this pencil brush from Crown. One of my, there's fuzzy on it, one of my all-time favorites. It just gets in there so nicely. It's not stabby or anything, which is always a plus. I think I just have lips and mascara left. Curl my lashes really quick. I'm going to be using the Troublemaker mascara from Urban Decay because it's my favorite, but unfortunately they don't make it anymore. So I do want your guys' opinion on whether or not you care if I use products that you can't get anymore in videos, because I do have a lot of products that were either limited edition or the brands don't make it anymore, whatever the case. So I'm just curious if you guys care if I use products that you wouldn't be able to get an exact replica of. Because like I said, I know some people like that, some people don't. Not necessarily that people like it, but that they're okay with it. And I do actually have a funny story about this mascara, if anyone is interested in hearing it. Just leave a comment down below and I can tell you my mascara story. I really do love this one though because it's so dramatic. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to get the inner corner of my eye. And it lengthens a lot. And it really does stay in place all day. And this is just one coat so far. So I am going to do a second coat on the upper lashes. What do you guys think about false lashes? I've never worn false lashes, but I do have, what was that? I do have a lot of pairs of false lashes. So if it's something you guys are interested in seeing, I could definitely learn how to do them. Experiment with it a little bit. Something else I like about this mascara is it does pretty well about separating your lashes as well. They don't get super clumpy or super spidery. They just look like your lashes but better. That's what it is. and I like that a lot. So then I'm going to use this lip liner in the shade Pouty. And what do you guys think about like lining your lips? Do you overline them? Do you never line them? What do you guys do? Because I always line my lips. I just think it looks better. But I don't really overline them. I just line them. But I just feel like it looks more put together. More defined, but like I said, I just do my natural lip line, so they already look bigger just because I've defined where they end. I don't necessarily need to, you know, overline them. Then I just do X in the center of the top, and then 1, 2, 3. Then I'm just gonna go over it with this cream lipstick from KVD. Yeah, I think that looks really good together, the eyeshadow and the lipstick. Then I'm just going to douse myself in Urban Decay All Nighter. This is my favorite setting spray. I always set my makeup. What do you guys do? I know some people do, some people don't. It's kind of personal preference, but I just like the way it makes my makeup wear. So this is the look. Let me get close, you can see it. Don't judge my liner because, like I said, this brush was really difficult to work with, even after having used it a first time. But I mean, you can judge it if you want to. It just might not be super nice. Like I said, I tried not to look at myself while I was doing this. I tried to look at you guys and stay connected as much as we can through a camera. But like, I really like this product. This is a standout. I really enjoy the contour. The lipstick is kind of nice.